to the mountain, he never said I'm tribal because he cannot say that. He never said I'm incompetent because he cannot do that. He said that I was asking for 10 billion. During the 2022 elections, Roger, William Ruto picked me as running mate because of my mobilization skills and my capacity to mobilize resources. Everybody knows I'm not a poor man. I was in a lot of trouble with the fourth administration because of funding William Ruto. The fourth administration froze my accounts so that I stopped funding William Ruto. The fourth administration blocked all my businesses so that I stopped giving money to William Ruto. I put serious money into his campaign. I am not the kind of man to go asking William Ruto to give me any money.
Ladies and gentlemen, between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, whom do you trust?
Sasa ikanifikia mimi. Mimi sasa. Unajua, mimi naweza kukufanya one term president. Usipofanya hii, nahitaji bilioni 10. Wewe unajua bilioni 10 Bwana Waweru?
Labda ilikuwa za nini rais?
Bilioni 10 ndio niende niongee na watu ya mlimani, you know, ni kupangie siasa, sijui nifanye nini. Mimi nikaona hapa nikamwambia I will not do it. Wacha nimalize. So nikamwambia hii haiwezekani. Na kama ni kuwa one term ni sawa. Hakuna problem. Kama wewe ndio kuamua nani atakuwa one term, nani atakuwa sijui how many terms, nilikuwa nafikiri ni wananchi wa Kenya na Mungu.
Who do you think is saying the truth? Why I'm asking this question? It's because when William Ruto went to the mountain to conduct his visit, he started with what you call an interview with the media people from the mountain region so that he can be able to respond to some of the things that have been affecting the ground so much, making it hostile for him. And one of the things that he was talking about is the relationship with Rigathi Gachagua, and actually even gave some justification for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. So the fact is, William Ruto came with some allegations, and I went to look at all these allegations and probably the response of Rigathi Gachagua, and then you, my viewers, you're going to judge who is saying the truth. But before I take you through, please, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Let me dive into the topic today. Number one, William Ruto talked of why impeach Rigathi Gachagua, and he gave a reason. As one of them, it is intimidating the members of parliament, but the one that touched people more is the fact that he asked for 10 billion shillings to mobilize for his support within the mountain region. Now, when he said this, he said without blinking, and he literally said it after some rumors had gone round where we had Dennis Itumbi tweeting and saying Rigathi Gachagua asked for 6 billion, and then someone else also said 8 billion. Now William Ruto settling at 10 billion shillings. There were confusion here and there, but the fact is he came out to tarnish Rigathi Gachagua's name with the 10 billion money. But now, did you believe in William Ruto? Now, when you go to Rigathi Gachagua's response, he first said he campaigned and funded for the William Ruto's campaign without any condition. Why? He trusted him. Second, he was also part of the government and he was given the deputy president seat. So he knew very well he'll get to the presidency and probably the benefits will be around. They have the power and do whatever they felt like they wanted to do. So the fact is, they say that first, he did it willingly and conditionally. Second, he had money. He's rich himself. He's able to fund the campaigns. Not just then, even now, he's able to do that. And 10 billion is not enough to scare him. So the fact remains, as we speak today, that Rigathi Gachagua, from his side, he believes that he's rich. Now, one thing that I want to take you through here is that William Ruto did not disclose that Rigathi Gachagua funded his campaign. He only gave a reason that it's because Rigathi Gachagua wanted to mobilize for him for 2027. That's why he wanted the 10 billion. But now Rigathi Gachagua discloses the fact that he campaigned, and not just campaigning, but funded the campaign for President William Ruto seriously. That is a part William Ruto did not expose, and he has not come out to deny. Neither his men have come out to deny. So the fact is that Rigathi Gachagua was not just a deputy president, but also a shareholder, because he had huge amounts of money pumped into the campaigns, to billions. Now, from that point alone, who can you trust? Is it Rigathi Gachagua or President William Ruto? Now, secondly, William Ruto was also saying 10 billion was one of the reasons as to why he impeached Rigathi Gachagua. But when we look at the list of issues that Rigathi Gachagua was fighting against in the courts, also in Parliament and Senate, in the National Assembly and the Senate, ladies and gentlemen, we realize that there was no issue to do with the 10 billion. What was there are the issues to do with the corruption, and they talked about tribalism, which was the major one, which included things to do with shares. When you look at all this, Rigathi Gachagua even asked in his interview that why was the 10 billion not there as part of the list, part of the issues in the list that he was fighting against. So therefore, it is very clear that William Ruto is even confusing himself. The reasons that the members of parliament had against Rigathi Gachagua are not the same issues that he's also raising against Rigathi Gachagua. So therefore, the contradiction clearly shows something, and that is that there's one person here who is lying. And from my side, I see it as President William Ruto, and that is actually my opinion. Now, apart from that, William Ruto went ahead to lie to the public that he picked Rigathi Gachagua on one basis, that he had picked so many young leaders, so he felt like people were asking why is he ignoring the old people. So he went ahead to pick Rigathi Gachagua, who even insisted that he's slightly older than him. So William Ruto, according to him, he did not pick Rigathi Gachagua based on competence, or based on any other thing, except the fact that he's older than all these other leaders that were young, that William Ruto actually ascended to power with. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at it from this angle. He did not mention the issue to do with finance. He did not say whether Rigathi Gachagua funded his campaign at any point. He did not say the reasons to why. Actually, he did not even disclose as we speak today that Rigathi Gachagua was also chosen as a mobilizer, as one of the greatest mobilizers the mountain has ever had. He did not even mention that Rigathi Gachagua is a very nice orator. But we remember very well that in one of the speeches that he made in some points after the selection of Rigathi Gachagua, showed very well that Rigathi Gachagua was the most qualified fellow in William Ruto's camp to become the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. So when that happens, it shows clearly that Rigathi Gachagua could be right and William Ruto could be wrong. Why? William Ruto keeps on contradicting himself on the statements that he makes now and then. Now, Rigathi Gachagua also went ahead to substantiate some of the things that we felt like they were wrong. He even went ahead to give some papers to the journalist there to show whatever he was talking about was right. Rigathi Gachagua accused the president of so many things because the president accused him when he had an interview. So it was time for Rigathi Gachagua. Now, I want to see kindly in this comment section whether Rigathi Gachagua is right to talk